March 21st, 11:34 a.m. Well, at least we were able to get Mr. Matt on guard as our client. And we know that he didn't do it, which is very important. So, now what should we do? Well, the trial is tomorrow, and we only get this one chance. There's only one way to prove that he's innocent. We have to find the real killer. Okay, then let's start looking. Whew. Talking so much gets you really lightheaded sometimes. Since there were no psych locks, then that means we can trust Mr. On Guard to be innocent. I really feel much better knowing that. Ever since last night, I was so worried that I kept wondering, what if he is the real killer? Then what? Hey, I have something I want to ask you, Pearls. Okay, so what is it? Why are you so interested in how Maya and I get along? I mean, she and I don't have anything special Huh? What do you mean? But I thought you and Mystic Maya were... I've been mistaken all this time? No way. Oh, she really wasn't kidding. Pearls really believed that Maya and I are... Maybe I should have just left it alone. Mr. Nick, stop it. Don't hide your true feelings from me. Ah, she slapped me. What the hell? Okay. Ah, the lawyer dude. So what'd you find out? Well, I'm still in the middle of investigating. Oh, I see. But I've already told you everything I know, dude. Can you tell me about your activities last night? After I got the award, I took a break and went back to my room. I had the post-ceremony stage show to do, so I was in my nickel samurai costume. And you were alone the entire time? My manager was running around being busy, so yeah, because of the press conference, you were supposed to hold a show. I told you, dude, I have no idea about any press conference, alright? That's strange. I thought he was supposed to have a confession or something. Anyway, when I was leaving my room, that's when I noticed it was kinda noisy. Alright, we know this part. Yeah, okay, we've already read these. Let's go to the hotel lobby. Hey, what do you think you're doing? You can't come in without... Good morning. Hold on, it's you. What is going on around here? I heard poor One was killed, is that true? It's a bad rerun, is what it is. Another steel samurai doing the most evil of deeds. That's not entirely... I'll have you know, I was a huge fan of One's. Why, oh why do all the stars I'm interested in drop one by one like flies? The classic hamster was fine. The other kids started calling me Queen Reaper. Whoever your name is... Actually, I wanted to ask you about the murder and what happened. Don't push me, boy. Mr. Nick? I couldn't hear everything she said because she was talking too fast. Miss Oldbag, could you please speak a little slower? Don't boss me around, you spiky-haired smarty pants. My dear Hammer died a year ago in that dreadful murder, and only recently did I finally find a star that made this heart go ba-dump again. I don't know what to say. I ask you, why does every star I cheer for always end up kicking the bucket? I'd watch your words. No one's going to get away with saying anything bad about my one. But I haven't said anything. Well, I don't believe a word that woman says anyway. Huh? What woman? That irritating backwater girl with the afro and the horrible country accent. I mean, what is the manner of speaking supposed to be? And why does she never stop? And honestly, women these days, they don't understand the meaning of modesty. I was a young maiden, but besides this, I pressed flowers or... Pearls, are you thirsty? A little. Okay, I'll go get you some juice or something. Thank you. Hey, are you paying attention? Youngins today. So I'm guessing this old bag heard everything from Lotta. I want to ask you about what happened around the time of the murder. I don't know anything about that. I was here getting ready. Getting ready for what? The show, of course. Well, in the press conference afterwards. Cue mysterious music for the magical press conference. Anyway, I don't know anything about the murder. I see. But if you're talking about what I saw, that's different. I saw it very clearly. What? I saw the most important moment of the night. The most important moment, you don't mean? Oh, so now you treat me with respect, you disrespectful child. When you speak to your elders, you should always be polite. Really, kids these days. Please tell me, what did you see? Oh, fuck you, old bag. The murder last night was gruesome, wasn't it? But then again, what murder isn't? Please don't stray into another tangent, please. If you want to hear more, then show your respect and bring this lady a present. Alright, we're not gonna do that for a while. Cool. Looks like the investigation is still in full swing. The hotel staff and the police are running around like a bunch of headless chickens. I wonder if we can do any investigating of our own in this kind of atmosphere. Well, gotta roll up the sleeves and try, I guess. All the food is still out. Must be nasty by now. I was really happy back then. I wish I could make you smile again, even for a second. Hey, you're here. I've been waiting for you, Mr. Lawyer. Lotta. Hey, Mr. Cop fella. The thief showed his face. What? Arrest him, put him on trial, find him guilty, give him the death penalty. What's wrong, Lotta? Are you feeling alright? Looked here and there and up and down the mountain, but it ain't here. So why don't you just hurry up and give it back to me, creep? What are you looking for? My camera. It's my lifeblood. I'm gonna die without my $700 camera. Your camera? Look, don't lots of people say that criminal always goes back to the scene of crime? And looky, here you are. Yep, here I am, faced with a lot of trouble. Huh? So you lost your camera? It ain't no ordinary camera. You buy it in a store and it's $1,600 brand new. Huh? But didn't you just say you bought it for $700? I had a nice long talk with the guy at the store, about 5 hours, I reckon. I made this itty-bitty scratch on it, and the manager got all huffed up in the face. He gave me his talking to and was real mean about it, too. He done made me cry after that. When did you lose your camera? Last night after the murder happened. Must have been when I was busy running around looking into things. That's when I got lost, that's when I lost sight of my dear darling expensive sweetie. Lotta, what did you capture with that expensive camera of yours? I don't rightly know. I snapped a shot at anything that caught my eye. So I don't remember. And besides, I couldn't get anything from my big scoop. I wonder if Lotta's missing camera is even connected to the murder. Lotta, please tell me what you know about what happened at the time of the murder. Well, from before the ceremony last night, I was hanging around here in the area. Yeah, actually, I was here until around the time Mr. Ungard was arrested. What were you doing here? You sure you went to school, city boy? Wherever a lot of heart goes, there's a story to be found, a big scoop to be had. A big scoop? I told you before, I'm gonna be the best tabloid photographer the world's ever seen. Reckon, course, that means I'm always looking for the perfect shot. I wonder what scoop she was after this time. Although, I was also on the lookout for the other stars that were here, so maybe I wasn't here the entire time. Lotta, are you sure you weren't here the entire time? So you could take a picture for your big scoop? Well, maybe I was, but that's what real journalists do. I got some juicy inside info, so I thought to myself, why not get a picture for proof? What kind of story was it that you were, that you would hang around here? Oops. Sorry, Mr. Lawyer, can't be telling you that. Zen, would you mind banning that guy for me? Oh, not again. Why does everyone have something to hide? We've been stopped, haven't we? Yeah, take that, Mr. Lawyer. I'm glad someone around here is happy. Miss Lotta and your I rule smile. Oh, we can go into their hotel rooms now. The Gatewater Hotel, On Guard's hotel room. Where are we? We're in Mr. Maddenguard's dressing room. This is the client's room. Hold on just 1 second. Oh, awesome. All right. May I help you with something? Oh, that's a girl. Okay. We're... You're Mr. Ungard's lawyer, correct? I gathered as much. I also looked for lawyers on my end, but to no avail. How did you know I'm his lawyer? You were just saying that he's your client. In a situation like this, the only person who would use such a word would be his lawyer. Wow. It's a simple deduction, really. The trial is tomorrow, and Mr. Ungard's situation is looking rather grim. So you came here, one stop in your mad dash to find clues to build his case, correct? Well, you're not totally right, but you're not totally off either. It's really not the time to be showing off, Mr. Nick. I am Adrian Andrews. I hate to waste time, so let's get down to business. All right. She may be of small stature, but appearances can be deceiving. I assume the first thing you would like to know is what happened that night, correct? Yeah, that's correct. Then I'll tell you. Before the award ceremony, I had dinner with Mr. Ungard. In this very room, I might add. What is that card thing she's twirling? Dinner? What did you eat? I told you, I hate to waste time with trifling details. If you took a look at the table yourself, you wouldn't need to ask me. I bet she's a lot of fun at parties. When the award show was starting, I headed for Voila Hall. And after the show ended, you came back to this room? No, I had some small errands to run. I helped with the preparations in the lobby. Oh, preparations of the post-ceremony show, I guess. When it was time for the post-ceremony show, I came back to call for Mr. Ungard. After that, I went to visit Mr. Corrida. And that's when he found his body? He really held strong through everything. Yeah, she does seem to be mentally tough as nails. So about you and, Stop right there. You aren't seriously about to ask how Mr. Ongard and I are related, are you? Uh, sorry. I have no idea how he could choose you as his lawyer. Why did she have to go and say something like that? Mr. Nick, calm down and hang in there. I'll give you a shoulder rub to relieve your stress later, alright? I already gave you my name earlier, but I'll add that I'm Mr. Ungard's manager. His manager? Speaking of managers, did the victim, Mr. Kurita, have one? No, he did not. He didn't? Global Studios has a very different policy from Worldwide Studios, and the Worldwide Studios Worldwide Studios does not assign individual managers to their stars. I see. This industry is rather ruthless and unforgiving. Actually, you look quite ruthless and unforgiving yourself to your poor partner. Dragging a little girl like her to places like this, honestly. You're wrong. I'm doing this to help Mystic Man. Pearls, calm down and hang in there. I'll buy you a juice later, okay? I love how they support each other. It's the cutest thing. I told you, I hate trifling matters. It's a waste of time to show me anything that is of no relevance to me. Wow, this is the first time I've been shut down this badly. You were the one taking care of the arrangements for this press conference, correct? Yes, that's right. But Mr. Engard said he didn't know anything about it. Is that what he said? Huh? Actually, I didn't know all the details either. It was a request from the publicity department. All I did was help out and do what I was asked. Oh, I see. I wonder about that. I wouldn't take her to be the type of person to do something without knowing the details. Did you know the victim, Mr. Kurita? Yes, I knew him. The world is such a small place, after all. Did you know about his rivalry with the Nickel Samurai? Honestly, they were like children when it came to that. Time and time again, those two competed with each other over the most trivial things. If either one of them wasn't so stubborn, then maybe no one would have needed to die. I've got a hunch that this woman knows way more than she's letting on. She must know why Juan Kurita was killed. I asked to become Mr. Ungard's manager. He's a pleasure to manage with his nice disposition. He does seem rather weak-willed for a guy. Always doing as he's told. He's always saying my manager, right, Mr. Nick? I hate to talk about myself. It's a trifling matter, that's why. Sorry. Take away that layer of sarcasm, and she really does seem to hate herself. Do you have any ideas? As to? As to why Mr. Kurita was murdered. Why would you ask me about such a thing? I'm just doing my job, so do you have any ideas? Yet another secret. Goodness gracious. Miss Andrews? Sorry, but there's nothing more I have to add to this conversation. Is it a cyclock, Mr. Nick? Yeah, there's, they're getting to be more and more of these, lately. Looks like dishes left over from dinner. A dinner for two at that. I'm sure they're Mr. Ungard and Mrs. Andrews' plates. Looks like they had T-bones. What's with Global Studios and T-bone steaks? There's a giant bone sitting on this plate. I don't really like meat. There's something weird about this plate. I just wish I could put my finger on what it is. What? There's some samurai-looking clothes on the sofa here. I think that jacket is called a happy. Whatever it is, I'm sure something like that would make a great souvenir. Maya would be absolutely thrilled. There's so many props everywhere. It's probably Mr. Unguard's suitcase. For someone who is only going to be here for the award show, this is a lot of stuff. Looks like he has about 3 days worth of clothes in here. Stars really are different from us, aren't they? Seems so. That's the bedroom over there. That's a bed? Wow, they have really big beds here. Looks like I don't have much to talk about with her. Cool. Karita's room. Whoa! Mr. Nick, where are we? We're in Mr. Juan Karita's room, Pearls. Mr. Karita? The victim, which makes this the crime scene, too.
Oh, it's you. So, what's happened? The kidnapper, has he contacted you again?
Not yet. He probably won't until we win Mr. Unguard's acquittal.
You doing okay, pal? Hanging in there?
I just want Maya to be alright.
We don't have a lot of time left, but I'm gonna help you as much as I can, pal.
Can you do that? Even if we want to look around the crime scene?
Just this once. Special circumstances, right, pal? I'll even tell you everything I know. But you've gotta keep it quiet, okay? It's my neck on the line here.
Thank you.
Oh, that's right. I got you guys a map of the hotel, pal. Here you go. Here you go, little missy.
Wow, you're giving it to me? Thank you.
Wouldn't want you to get lost in a hotel too big for its own good.
Thank you very much for the redeem. I didn't expect this case to be so intense. Mr. Nick, I got a map. That's great, Pearls. But Mr. Nick, I can't read what it says. Alright, let's give it a look. Cool. There are so many bears. Alarm clock ones, collector's editions, stuffed teddies, plastic models. It's pretty much overwhelming. Is there a kind of bear he doesn't have? There's even a few in the trash can. Yeah, I get the feeling maybe the guy didn't like them. Poor teddies.
Well, it's hard to bear with all these problems. Wow.
I don't think I want to bear with the trauma that last case caused me. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? It's so messy in here. Pearls really likes things neat and tidy, I take it. There are a lot of electronic things in here that I've never seen before. Hey, Mr. Nick, please tell me what they are, pretty please. Okay, that over there is a watch. You wear it on your wrist. I know what a watch is. For a second there, I forgot I was talking with Pearls, not Maya. It's a suitcase. There are so many things in it that I bet it barely closes. There's his clothes, a dryer, an electric shaver, a calculator. Do all stars pack too much stuff like this, Mr. Kurita? Jeez, there are so many bears. It's crazy. There are all sorts of things in this refrigerator, too. The carrot juice bottle and the tomato juice bottle are both empty. Empty? It's too much of a hassle to throw them away, I guess. They're all vegetable juices. I guess he must have been a real health nut. Oh, there's a beet, some ketchup, and a bottle of strawberry jam, too. Maybe red was his favorite color. Hey, it's a real good color. Don't bash it. Do you know what the cause of death was?
Well, technically, the final autopsy report isn't out yet, but one look at the victim should tell you, pal.
It should?
Yeah, here's a picture.
There's a knife in his chest.
Yeah, pal. That's the murder weapon.
So he was stabbed to death.
They're looking at the fingerprints down at the lab right now.
There were fingerprints on the knife?
Yup. And it looks like they're pretty sure they're Mr. Unguard's prints, pal.
That's bad. Real bad. Why was Mr. Ungard arrested?
Because we had evidence on him.
Evidence?
It looks like the victim, Juan Kurita, really put up a big fight.
Oh, there's a second half of the hotel. Yeah, one look at the crime scene and you can tell. There's signs of a struggle everywhere.
Well, yeah, during the fight his button came off.
Mr. Ungard said something about a button too. Something like one of the buttons got caught on his akama.
But that's not all.
What?
There was a witness, pal.
A witness? Who was it?
That lady, Miss Oldback.
Please, anyone but her. Ugh.
The prosecution has plenty of evidence to make a solid case.
Not to mention, there's something around where the Vic was that's a little off. Something that's a little off? As in,
that's for you to figure out, pal.
Alright, let's try to figure it out, Mr. Nick.
That's your present from the kidnapper, huh?
While you're talking, it sends and receives radio waves. If you could trace that. Yeah, we could use it to find out where the bad guy is. It uses radio waves, huh?
I got it. I'll go find a radio scanner and let you borrow it, pal.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
If Miss Von Karma saw me like this, I'd have to switch sides real fast.
Well, now we know there's a second half. It looks like Mr. Kurita had the dinner last night. This bottle, it's tomato juice. We had a lot of food at the award show last night, but I wonder if the stars had gone on stage after only eating a meager meal like this. Bottles of cosmetics are scattered all over the floor. This is probably where Mr. Kurita fought his assailant. What are these bits of glass from? A flower vase, maybe? There are flowers on the floor, but I don't know what they are. You don't know much about flowers, do you, Mr. Nick? They look like roses. This is a guitar case, I guess. A little beat up, but still usable. That's strange, the guitar isn't here. Maybe he forgot to bring it to the show? But Mystic Mia, she said the bright red guitar was the Jammin' Ninja's signature item.
That's true. Huh. The guitar case is wet, but it's only wet on the top of the lid.
Yeah, there's no water inside the case. This is water, isn't it?
So then the vase fell on the top, broke, and then they opened the guitar after he died? Okay.
So that's a bed, right?
Yep, it's big, but it's a bed.
Ah, Mr. Nick, it's so soft.
Big beds must be a rarity for her.
Is that a bone? Why is it on the floor?
Yeah. What can you tell me about this guitar case? This is, just what I heard, pal, but it's the Jammin' Ninja's signature item. The guitar case? No, not that. What do you take me as? I mean the guitar inside it, of course.
But the guitar is missing.
Yeah, we looked for it too. It's not normal for a person to forget to bring their most famous item to an award show.
It's starting to sound like that red guitar is related to the case after all.
Huh.
Was there a part 2 for the Unguard Hotel too? No. I'm gonna read that again, hold on. Do you know anything? I've told you how many times now, I'm a journalist. I got so much info running laps in my head, I forget things here and there. Please don't get so worked up over this. Ha, I don't care if you beg me. Be extra tough on kids, that's this gal's motto on learning youngsters. Cool. Oh.
Hey! Oh, Mr. Wright, how are ya? Ah, Mr. Powers. Have you been here the entire time? Yeah, people connected to the murder aren't allowed to go home, let alone leave. Can you tell me a little more about the Nickel Samurai TV show? Sure. The Nickel Samurai is an action hero program aimed towards kids. It's the sequel to the Steel Samurai.
I see.
This time there are 3 samurai brothers, aluminum, tin, and of course, nickel.
I see. Wait. A love what?
A love why? This girl, Sayo, works at the tea shop and all 3 guys fall for her at the same time.
Ah, I guess the Y shape is like the 3 brothers colliding over this one girl.
Anyway, Sayo is actually the daughter of the evil Strawberry Clan's leader.
Sounds like an unusual situation, like Romeo and Juliet. Times 3.
Yeah. Strange thing is, this sort of forbidden love story is really big with the office ladies.
Um,
Uh, yeah, Pearl?
well, what happens next? I want to know. Miss Sayo, does Miss Sayo fall in love? She does, doesn't she?
Every Sunday at 8 a.m.
I'm gonna stop watching Kids Masterpiece Theater starting this week.
I can't believe she's really considering it. So, what's the Jammin' Ninja TV show like?
It started from a remake of an old movie, to tell you the truth.
The Jammin' Ninja, like the samurai shows, is
Blah, blah, blah. Goodness gracious, my dyslexia is hitting hard.
The Jammin' Ninja, like the samurai shows, is geared towards kids. It's the story of a ninja who can't scale a wall but became a big pop star anyway.
what?
He was a really lousy ninja. Absolutely couldn't do anything ninjas could do at all. But boy, could he sing. With his trusty bright red guitar in hand, he took the ancient world by storm.
A ninja with a bright red guitar?
And then the final fight in front of his beloved Princess Misola. Jammin versus the Muromachi 5. Suddenly, our brave hero catches a not-so-jammin' cold the night before Battle 3.
Ah, that's too bad for him.
Yeah. But this kind of pop music-based love story is something high school girls really like. Yes, Pearl?
So what happens next? I want to know. Jammin, the Jammin Ninja, will he be able to sing? What about Princess Misola?
Every Sunday at 8 a.m.
What show should I watch?
I can't believe she's really considering this.
Cool. That guitar case, that was Juan's. I'm guessing you've
seen this case before.
It's pretty famous by now. It stands out because it holds the bright red guitar.
The bright red guitar, the Jammin' Ninja's signature item, nowhere to be found.
How could he forget it at a reward ceremony if it's so important?
That does seem a little strange.
Did we get absolutely everything? Because I feel like we're missing stuff.
Ah! It's a beautiful wine glass and there's tomato juice in it.
Ew, tomato juice. I really don't like it much.
There's a bottle of it on the table over there. That's probably where it came from.
But doesn't it seem weird?
What seems weird?
I mean, everything else is scattered all over the floor.
She's right. The flower vase was broken and the makeup is strewn everywhere.
So why is this glass the only thing that's still alright?
Huh.
Okay, maybe I missed something from the other place too. Nope. So let's present this to you then. So what about this wine glass?
So you noticed it, pal. The whole crime scene was a mess, but this glass was the only thing untouched.
You noticed that too, Detective Gumshoe?
No, actually, Miss Von Karma noticed it first.
Yeah, Pearls noticed it before me too. Hey, wait a minute. So does that mean that Miss Von Karma's here at the hotel?
Yeah, she's around. Man, you're gonna be in so much trouble, pal. Especially if she catches you in here.
Well, you can bet the instant I see her, I'll be running the 1,000-meter dash. What's that beeping noise, Mr. Nick? I've heard this somewhere before.
Oh, shit. It's Miss Von Karma.
Huh?
For some reason, whenever I hear that sound, she pops out of nowhere and whips me.
Come to think of it, that's exactly what happened last time.
Sorry, I've got to make myself scarce. Later, pal.
At last, you reveal your true nature, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Would it be too much to ask for you to be nice to me for a change? So you're the type to steal information from a pitifully hopeless detective. That's very dishonorable of you. Hey, don't you dare run away from me, Mr. Scruffy McTrenchcoat. I didn't think the detectives of this country would be this pitiful. Detective, come over here for a second. I feel better knowing at least you were man enough to face your punishment.
He was so scared he just froze up on the spot.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, you have soiled my perfect prosecution record. I'll never forget that. This time, victory is mine. Victory is yours? Is that all this means to you? What? Come, Scruffy, the investigation briefing is about to begin.
Yes, sir.
This isn't over yet. I swear my family's honor. Why did she throw at, what did she throw at me now? What is this?
Well, I guess this means I've got to get back to the precinct now, pal. If you ever do need me, come down to the Criminal Affairs Department, alright? And if you can, try not to let her see you.
Mr. Nick, what's this piece of paper?
It's called an autograph.
Autograph?
The paper's got Mr. Kurita's name written on it, so it's his autograph.
I can't read it at all.
To be honest, I've
never seen writing that looks like this.
It's our special way of writing called cursive. Look here, see how it says "to my dearest Wendy" in more normal letters here?
This sloppy, unreadable writing. It's crazy and cruel to give someone this.
Hold on. Wendy. Heard that name somewhere before.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know anything about this? How about the autograph? What about the guys themselves?
Matt's younger than me, but you can practically see his star potential.
His star potential?
I got his autograph the other day.
Feels kinda wrong now, doesn't it?
I don't care what people say. Matt didn't kill Juan. I know he didn't. He debuted around the same time as Matt and everything, you know.
Really?
It started out small. First it was singing contests, then swimming competitions. Then it was bowling tournaments. Then it was who could throw the best New Year's parties. Juan was always trying to one-up Matt. But lately, those two were escalating to more and more dangerous things. I thought that no good would come of it, so I began to worry.
Too bad Juan's story ended so soon.
Hey, that's Miss Andrews. She's, Matt's manager. Actually, I was interested in her for a little while, but, just a little.
So Mr. Powers likes this type of woman. Do you, know about her?
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't really know her, you know? There's sort of a small rumor going on about her right now.
A rumor?
If you're interested, I'd be glad to share what I know.
He's so happy. He looks like a lion that just found a next meal. Would you mind telling me about this gossip?
Oh, so you are interested in it. I figured you would be.
Yeah.
I have such a weakness for celebrity gossip, too.
Oh, really? You too, huh?
Yeah, so take a look at this.
Looks like a tabloid Miss Oldback would read. Alright, let's see here. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous.
To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. You see now, don't you?
What?
You can stop pretending to be in the dark, Mr. Wright. Juan Carita didn't have a manager of his own, which means if we're talking about what a certain manager with the initials AA would do.
Adrian Andrews?
Yeah, exactly. This is big news.
But it seems kinda odd, that woman. Together with the biggest rival of her client?
It's that wonderful thing that can only happen between two people.
Mr. Powers looks so happy. Pearls is just following along, not having any idea as to why he's smiling.
Well, like the saying goes, one man's garbage is another man's treasure.
Please, anything would be helpful. Well then, how about I tell you my measurements?
No, that's okay, really.
She really doesn't like you, does she, Mr. Nick?
I know.
You don't have anything to say about an autograph that's dedicated to you? I think it's about time that I, give this a go. I would think. Before I do, I feel like Lotta would probably know something about this big scoop. Do you know anything? I told you how many times now? Oh, I guess not. Oh, Alright, let's go present to Old Bag and see what she's got. What you witnessed. Alright, I'll be honest with you for now.
Then please tell us what you saw.
But, what a waste. And here I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun at you young'uns' expense. I am a little devil after all.
Doesn't that imply you aren't a good person? Alright, I'll give you what you want.
That's Juan's autograph.
Yes, it is.
And it even says to my dearest Wendy on it. That's me, right? Right? My name is Wendy Oldbag, so that Wendy has to be me, right?
Well, it may say Wendy, but somehow I don't get the feeling that this Wendy was who Juan had in mind when he signed it.
Oh, please give it to me. Please let me have it.
I can't let you have it just like that.
Yes, I know. Then how about an exchange?
Oh, wow. She must really want this autograph.
My offer isn't good enough for you. Fine, Mr. Right, you win. Wendy Oldbag ready to open up her heart, all for my dearest Juan.
That's all she wanted? That's it? I thought that would be way harder.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I feel bad for you now. I tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of Juan's room.
You're kidding.
Oh no. It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the toilet, minding my own business.
And did you tell that to the police?
Well, of course. I thought I could get a gift certificate or two out of it, maybe more. Gift certificate? I've been recruited again for that part of the trial, you know, the trial tomorrow. This time you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty. But Mr. Ungard hasn't done anything bad. I don't care about details like that. I know he did my dear poor Juanin. I just do. That yellow-bellied chicken. A yellow-bellied chicken? I wonder what that would look like. I trust my senses. I know when someone did something bad, and I say he did it.
What did Mr. Ungard ever do to deserve this?
What did he do to make you so... You don't know. That guy, he framed my Juan. He created that scandal that plagued poor Juan. Mr. Nick.
What is it?
What's a scandal?
Oh, I'll tell you about that after we get home, okay?
Poor Juan led astray by the wiles of that vile temptress. Mr. Nick, what do vials and wild temptress mean?
How about we just listen to what Miss Oldbag has to say for now, okay, Pearls? So, Miss Oldbag, who is this woman you're talking about?
Adrian Andrews, of course. Who else? That guy, he shoved the girl onto Juan on purpose.
His own manager? But why?
I thought lawyers were smart. It was to create a scandal to make Juan lose face. That girl drove Juan into a scandal that dragged his reputation through the mud.
Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me. What do you know about that anyway, Miss Oldbag?
I'm one of Juan's biggest fans. I'm always out there gathering information. There's nothing I don't know.
And do you have proof that Mr. Ungard did what you say he did?
Next week's issue is a certain magazine says so.
Of course. A tabloid.
Next week, doesn't that mean it's something people don't know about yet?
Why would Miss Oldbag have information like that? And where did she get it?
Okay. I guess it's time for us to just go around and try to solve all these things. Big scoop. Lotta, will you answer my questions? On the night of the murder, why were you loitering around the victim's room? I told you, didn't I, for my scoop? What I want to know is what the scoop is. That's not something I can tell you. I mean, that there's my bread and butter. Alright then. Oh. Right away. Unpleasant tabloid. Photographer looking for a scoop. Thank you very much. I'm going to say that you were looking for a scandal. Could it be that you, Lotta Hart, were looking for a break with a huge story? Perhaps an unfolding scandal between Juan Carita and this person. Adrian Andrews. This woman. She's Adrian Andrews, Matt Onguard's manager. The Nickel Samurai's manager caught secretly meeting with his rival, the Jammin' Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. But you can't just make up any old thing and think it'll make the papers. You gotta have backup. Backup? Yeah, you gotta have that, what do you call it? News sauce? News source? That's it. So show me something that shows that Juan guy had something with Miss Andrews. Sure. I got one right here, a magazine clipping. This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid, Gemin Midnight Rendezvous. To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. Ah. Mr. Carita didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival Mr. Onguard's manager, Adrian Andrews, has the initials AA. You saw this article and then thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around Mr. Carita's door last night. What? You were looking into Mr. Carita and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you? You got it. I was gonna get myself a scoop by catching him in a secret meeting. But there's already an article about it in one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. Well, what'd you just say? Her initials are AA, but what kind of vague thing is that? That ain't no proof of nothing. People are gonna want to see real proof. Well, at least I do. So that's what I was doing, getting photos. Oh. I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest with some gossip and a little misleading. Then spice it up with a little bit of exclusive story. Wow, a lot of nice journalistic integrity you got there. I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know, but the paper I wrote it on, my note to myself, it's gone. Your note to yourself? It was inside the case of my $1,600 camera. They done run off together. I came here for my big story, didn't come here to have my treasure disappear on me. Yeah, I understand. It's enough to make a gal go bonkers, I tell you. What's with people now, anyway? Never thought I'd see the day when someone done steals something from me. You really want that note back, huh? I got no idea why, though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. Well, I guess this is the last one, right? Why was Juan Kurita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason. Well, what are you hiding? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Engarde's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Kurita. You weren't that close. That's right, I've never been good at being intimate with another person. You're not good at being intimate with another person. Somehow I highly doubt that. You and Mr. Kurita had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into this story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on our good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Kurita, as if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Mr. Kurita for this person's sake? Do you really still not understand? It's not in my nature to enjoy doing things for others. But you're a manager. It's called a job. I'm in charge of Mr. Engarde the star, not Matt Engarde the man. Oh. And you are not my client. Is this my subtle hint to go home? You must have a need to get close to the victim. There's only a few people it could possibly be. So if it's not Matt Engarde... So it's gonna be either herself or for Will Powers? Kinda just guessing. Here, hold on. I wanna save. Just in case. Okay. Let me think about this real quick. Could I be missing something? But I feel like I've examined pretty much everything. I've talked to pretty much everyone. I feel like I have everything I need. Let's look around. I totally forgot that we could go to the criminal affairs department. Oh my gosh. I totally forgot. Uh, Detective Gumshoe said that they had a investigation briefing. Yeah. Oh, he's back.
Hey, so you came, pal.
Why the blunt greeting?
Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about.
What do you mean by that?
Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight.
But we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. So what do you mean the evidence is airtight?
I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's two big pieces.
Two?
And both of them are in this photo. The first is the button that's missing from the victim's chest.
That's the button that you found during your body search of Mr. Ungard.
Yep, I found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai's special pants.
And the second one?
The knife in the chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife in the chest, to be exact.
Fingerprints? Whose are they?
You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious. They're Matt Ungard's.
Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. So what about this airtight testimony?
It's that old security lady, Miss Oldbeck.
I thought so.
What do you mean? You thought so? Did she tell you something, pal?
Well...
And I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone.
Her blab knob is stuck on 10, and there's no turning it down, trust me.
Yeah, well, Miss Oldbeck saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. Ungard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death.
No way! Alright, let's see what we got here. What can you tell me about the guitar case?
It's his signature item.
Alright, we already talked about that.
We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. Hey, Evie.
How are you doing? The scandal with Mr. Kurita, but why?
Well, 2 years ago, a woman commits suicide.
Suicide?
Her name was Celeste Impax. And she was Juan Kurita's manager.
The victim's manager?
But that's not all, pal. Miss Impax was Miss Adrian's, mentor.
Oh,
She taught Miss Andrews everything she knows about the business from square one.
her mentor. A woman who was both Miss Kurita's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case? I'm glad you're doing well. This case has been super intense. Like, what the heck?
You want to know more about her, pal?
I do.
She was the victim's manager, and she was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, but...
I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another.
Miss Von Karma.
You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my mists.
You don't mean...
I do, Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye. That's...
Oh, wait. Please, wait, sir. If I don't get this month's pay, I'll...
Quiet. If it weren't for traitors like you... I would have won. Is that what you wanted to say? I'm almost certain it's Edgeworth. Watch.
That voice.
I fucking knew it. I knew it. Oh my god, sorry, I got a little too excited there. I normally try not to curse.
Edgeworth.
It's been a long time, right? This is Mr. Edgeworth? What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Francesca. You. How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You've soiled the Von Karma name and dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are. Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed to be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Francesca. How are things going? I hear you are having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you, never. Mr. Phoenix, right. I will see you tomorrow in court. It'll be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. Still the same wild mare she always was.
I thought Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth had gone and died.
Mr. Nick.
I never wanted to see you again.
I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year.
Are you gonna run tomorrow's trial?
You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow.
What is that supposed to mean?
I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth.
The truth?
In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever find yourself in need of my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a little bit more generous with information.
Just what is going on inside his head?
A lot of things may have happened, however, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma.
1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you'd lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation was for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth.
Jeez, Phoenix, what the hell is wrong with you? I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason?
Well, with Francesca, she almost always says, I will defeat you at this time, the instant she sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their lives.
To save your client, you say?
Those who think only for their own ego-driven goals, those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth.
It looks like there is still a lot you have yet to learn.
A lot I have yet to learn. Me.
Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. I have no interest in talking about useless evidence. Put a little more thought into what you show me, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Still as stuck up as ever.
We are looking into leads, but we can only look into a few key players with our limited resources. There's no reason for us to waste our energy investigating this person.
Well, why don't you just tell it to me straight and say you don't have the info?
This woman is yet another key to solving this case.
Do you really think so?
She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago, but she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Carita's manager. And then, a few months later, Celeste Impax died.
But her death was ruled a suicide, right?
Yes, but there is still one riddle we've yet to solve.
A riddle?
Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it.
A suicide note that vanished, huh?
Adrian Andrews. She holds a large secret within herself.
A secret?
We can't help but feel that this whole case revolves around her. While I was abroad, these deplorable types of actors became popular, I take it.
Well, refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto.
Refreshing? And what is so refreshing about a spring breeze?
Looks like the pollen is not treating him well this year.
There's an interesting rumor about this man.
You mean the one about him and Miss Andrews? But that's pretty common tabloid fare, isn't it?
I don't take things at face value when there's more to be found.
Oh, there we are.
Miss Impax's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it.
A suicide note? But how do you know Miss Impax had even written such a note?
There was no solid evidence, however, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high.
But who would hide such a thing?
The police think it was Mr. Juan Carita himself.
The victim?
He was the one who found her body. Ooh. Which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide his suicide note.
Mr. Carita had hid his own manager's suicide note, but why?
As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway.
Part 1.
I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts like that one. That has 2.
2 parts.
What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second.
The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name is Adrian Andrews.
Miss Andrews? But what did she do?
She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though.
You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews. She has always had a certain secret she's always tried to hide. A secret? Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside.
Dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Well, I guess we have enough to present.
Let's go find her and confront her. Looks like Miss Andrews isn't here. That's not good. I still have a few questions I wanted to ask. And she has that psych lock on her heart, right? Well, we don't have much of a choice. I guess we'll have to come back later. You want a scoop? Here's one. What? Oh shit, I didn't even see that one at the start. At the start. Usually they show up at the bottom, not the top. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Adrian Andrews attempted a suicide. It was a few days after the death of Celeste Impax. And? And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? But why would she? Her pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste Impax, was gone forever. That's why. Why would that... Is this what they call following someone to the grave? After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can absolutely trust. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency? When Celeste Impax suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then that means her super confident attitude. It's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Okay, now can we go back to the place? Haha! Oh, she's here. But it looks like she's talking with someone. That's Francesca von Karma. Miss von Karma? What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so... You've got some nerve following me around. Following you? That's you, Miss von Karma. You're the one doing the following. Pearls. You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard. Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl. What's that? An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this... I know his every move. What? What? You put a tracker on your employee? What the hell? That has to break several laws. So that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for the poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews. Yes. Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood. That all right. What were those two talking about? Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she? I guess all we can really do is move forward. Why was Juan Kurita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason. You weren't that close, huh? Somehow I highly doubt that. Alright, we know this part. Didn't you get close to Mr. Kurita for this person's sake? Celeste Impact's your mentor. How do you know about Celeste? Miss Impact, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Kurita's manager, so I believe you got close to Kurita so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckracker for a putrid third-rate tabloid.
Miss Andrew?
There was no mystery surrounding her death. No, none. It'd be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing.
Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all?
I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved. Miss Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Kurita. One? And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with him. I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor, however, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give, however. I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Impacts was someone very special to you. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life. This is a really fucked up conversation. Oh goodness. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You didn't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all just a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on. But that's... You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop. This is such a... Oh no, this is such a mean conversation. You're literally bringing up the worst moment of this girl's life. When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said that the police suspected Mr. Kurita of hiding it. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was why the victim killed... exactly. Or why the victim was killed. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems like you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Kurita dead. Me? Miss Impax was everything to you. And then she died. And he would do anything to find out why. Even commit murder. Murder? It's true. I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews. This one thing is the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret. Mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews, all I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note, and that someone was one Karita. Celeste, without her I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Karita to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposefully add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so... I understand. Oh, I have a small favor to ask. My attempted suicide, I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews. If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. Oh, right. I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a while back. That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know, it just suddenly appeared in my handbag. What is it? It looks like a seashell. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. You're not remembering something clearly? Sounds like a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. Ungard in your capable hands. Well, I think we've got it about all we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Pearls, she looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all, and she's been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh, no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine, I really am. You don't look fine to me. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Impax's suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Ah, Mr. Nick, the transceiver. Hello? Brighton Company Law Offices. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished.
What?
So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost, wouldn't you agree?
Wait, Maya, let me hear her.
Very well. Ask my...
Maya, is that you?
Sis, ask my sis.
Maya. Damn it, he cut me off.
Mystic Maya said ask my sister, didn't she?
Sis. Why? Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Sorry.
Oh,
Maya.
I have a message from Maya. So come ask me anything you want about her.
How is she?
She's safe for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems.
I'm glad to hear that she's safe, but Maya, how do you know?
As soon as she was locked, Maya called for me. I read the note that she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could.
Oh, that is so clever! Oh my god! She channeled her sister so that she could investigate. Oh my gosh, she is so quick-witted. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. That's pretty smart of her. That is so cool.
The kidnapper, what's he like?
I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there.
And?
She didn't see the face of her attacker.
Ugh.
Maya is locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard while I was with her.
Starving.
I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't gonna kill me. I'm not gonna die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. There's all sorts of things piled up here, but it's too dark to see. Huh? Someone dropped a card here. Kinda looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. Drat, it's locked. This door's locked seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. Oh, that's it, this shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it. Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting or worried.
To be continued.